a Sunday morning prattle here. First of all, I get a lot of questions about what I use to make these video recordings. Well, I have to say that my setup and my equipment is extremely primitive. I started off with something that looked like this. This is a Q2 HD. I started off with a Q3, and the Q2 was the later version. It has an SD card in there, and this runs from a couple of AA batteries. Very primitive, but effective, and I used this for a long time. Then I went to a Zoom Q4, which is what I'm recording on now, and this is my most recent jobby. This is a Zoom Q8, which is very low on battery, which is why I'm using the Q4. And this is a more sophisticated version of the Q4, but it has the same, effectively the same condenser microphones on the top. It has a little screen, which you can't see because it's just determinedly switching itself off. This has some other few features. You can attach separate mics onto this, which I don't. So I just use those, and it sits on a tripod, remarkably like this, which sits on a settee or a sofa, never know the difference, which is about 8 feet away from me, sitting on an identical sofa in my little conservatory. So that's all it is, and that's what I use. I don't edit, and if I get it wrong, I just stop and start the whole thing again. And sometimes that can take an awful lot of effort and repeating yourself, but that is what I use, a Zoom Q8. The image quality did not seem to be as good as the Q4, but the sound and the extra facilities and the volume controls and things like that were, and the EQ controls were better on this. But I just turn them up and I use it. The other important accessory when I'm recording songs is a very high-tech piece of work here that I found in a junk shop, which is my music stand, which sits alongside or underneath the camera. And this is how I remember the words. I have a piece of paper, A4 paper, and I print out things in font 14 with the chords over it, and that's all I need. And that could come out one of the books that I used to record, or used to perform, and that would be on a music stand out of sight about down here, so I can just glance as my memory fades. I am 73 after all. So there we are. So that's my equipment, my studio equipment, incredibly primitive. I wish, I shouldn't say this, I was going to say I wish I knew more about editing and effects and things like that. But I repeatedly get comments that say that people like my casual approach. And so that fuels my laziness and my techno fear, frankly. If anybody wants to teach me, then please get in touch, and I would be glad to learn. When I've recorded, I take the SD card out of this unit, and I put it into the SD reader on my desktop. Yes, I have a desktop. There you go. And then I upload to YouTube from there. That's about that bit. So thank you very much, people that asked me about that. The other thing that I wanted to discuss was I've recently been banned again from a certain guitar forum, and one particular person maybe seems to have a problem with British people. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking the whole point of me being online is to try and help people and discuss things with other people. So we've got this community feature on YouTube, and I think it's open to all. I've got it. So folks, if you subscribe to me, and there's 4,000 or so of you, a not enormous amount for YouTube, but it's great for me. If you would like to start conversations, have conversations, we'll try and keep it guitar related, but I'm not putting any hard and fast rules apart from be nice and be respectable. So let's try it again to start up this community. So if you go on to my channel, Silly Moustache, and you look along the top rather than going to any particular video, just put videos up for now, and then reading along the top you'll see community. Press into it, talk, right? Put some, don't talk, right, you know, and we'll communicate. Let's try it and see how it goes. So if you have been, as always, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.